Morning. Day in the life of an electrician. Fucking hell. No one wants to see you wake up. No one wants to see me wake up. Or watch me scream at my kids. Put your clothes on 28 times. I got a few little jobs on today. You know, you get those days where I got to tie up a few little loose ends. So I've got a few of those to do today. So I'll try and hello. There's the kids. Hello. Off on the grandma's doing the school run, so I can slip away. What time is it? It's about 8:30. What have I got? Off the top of my head, I've got to go look at a rewire, which is booked for next week. But they've made a couple of changes to the job, to the plan. So I'm going to whip round. It's only a few minutes from my house, because they plan to change it to PME, but they're actually at the end of a loop supply, and so they can't change it. So I've got to drive a rod in. So actually it'll refresh my memory because I looked at it about a month ago in how I'm going to do it. So I'll see if I can show you the route. And then I've got to drop my meter to Thomas Electrical Distributors. They're my local wholesaler. They're having a calibration day, so I'm going to drop my meter off. So hopefully I don't need my meter for the rest of the fucking day. Pick up some materials, and then go and fit a light switch, because I did a job a couple of weeks ago, and the light switch, it was like a Danler's, where is it? Like a sensor light switch, 2-wire, where it uses the battery as a neutral. So fit one of them, fit a replacement one because it was faulty out of the box. So it's just one switch that I'll go back to, which is really, really annoying. And then I got a call, actually. I got a call out for a pub in Clifton about some emergency lighting and some extract system. So I'm going to look at that, which luckily it's around the corner from this light switch job, and then fit a replacement ballast and a lamp in a rental for a quick 5-minute job. And after that, fit an element for an oven, which I don't normally do that kind of stuff, but it's for like a client, a really decent client who I've done a lot of work for, so I don't mind fitting the element. They've bought it, and so I'll just charge them to fit it. So lots of little bitty jobs today, nothing I can really sink my teeth into. There's a lot of running around, and only a couple of them are even like chargeable. I can send invoices out, but you get those days. So yeah, I'll see how much I can film, cobble it all together into a video. Alright, luckily for me, the pitch roof, I can get a cable in the pitch roof, conjure it down, and I can put a rod. I'm going to put a rod in the ground just there. Went through with the client a couple of things that they need to do in preparation for me, and a few little extras which I had suggested, and they mulled over and they're going to go ahead with, like outside supply, etc, etc. So yeah, refresh my memory on that. Right, so just came out, you just probably saw the footage, I just came out of the quote for the, I think it's only a 2-bed rewire. Fairly straightforward job, a couple of minor changes, an outdoor garage supply. So on my way now to Thomas Electrical to get my chuck my meter in to get it calibrated. I think I've got a couple more months, but they've got a calibration day, so I'm sure you guys are the same. It's a little bit cheaper on a calibration day, and I'll pick up the bits for this job. I made a little list whilst I was there Oh, that was definitely green. Right, where she is? There she is. Get the meter. Oh, and my torque screwdriver as well. Get that calibrated. There we go. Right. Right. All done. All calibrated for another year. Get it done in about 10-15 minutes. So I had a cup of tea and a bacon sandwich. Let's crack on. What's the time now? 10:30. I'm going to pop and change this light at this rental on the way to Clifton. The landlord has changed a lamp. It's in one of the toilets of the rental. They've each got their own little like bathroom. Anyway, so 2D fluorescent, and the landlord changed the lamp and it's still not working. So I know it's probably the ballast. So I picked up. Let me find it. Ballast. I got a fresh lamp just in case the landlord has bought some cheap and nasty like DIY store special or something from Tesco. So I'm going to do that first. If it's the lamp, I'll just change the lamp. If it's more than the lamp, I've got a replacement ballast. You know, I'm not always just going to say, oh, smash, you need to replace the fitting, I need to replace the fitting. You know, they have to be so throwaway. You know, you can maintain things for a bit longer. So, you know, my labour going there to change it out to an LED is the same as me going to do that. So, at least the landlord then can can replace the lamp a few times before having to call a Sparky out. The day in a life of an electrician is most of the time is pretty flipping boring. I forgot my lunch today, so I'm probably going to eat either nothing or I'm going to get something rubbish at the shop. The life of an electrician is not as glamorous as it's made out to be. Still love it, don't get me wrong. I flipping love being a Sparky. It's just not as glamorous as some people make it out to be. Here we are, right, I'm just going to turn around. Okay, here we are. Smells like a rental. See, so the landlord has tried to replace it. Let's try lamp first before I get too involved. Oh, this is really tight. I got this little Klein Beauty. Yeah, that's me there. So let me go and kill the power and I'll be back. Right, before I screw this all back up, I'm going to turn the power on just to check it, see if it works rather than doing all that effort. Bloody lovely. There you go, kid. Right, turn it off. You're going to screw the cover back on. I'm off to Clifton to change this switch, which is faulty straight out of the box, so I've got a replacement. Yeah, done that job for the rental. I've done the invoice, and I don't care what fancy app that you have. If you're rubbish or slow at it, no matter if you've got the bee's knees, if you've got the best app in the world, if you're the catalyst, you have to do it. You know, you still have to input all the data. So if you're rubbish at it, you know, you're going to be rubbish at it no matter what fancy app you got. So I use Zero, works for me. professional, clean. I pay X amount a month for it, I can't remember how much. And suits me just fine. Obviously I've already done work for this landlord before, so I just quickly fired off an invoice for a minimum of an hour. I was probably only there 25 minutes. And then with the ballast and a lamp. It's got one of those, I call them snubbers. I've got a couple in the back of the van. I buy them from TLC. They're like, I don't know, $5. I can't remember. I'll probably put a screenshot maybe here from TLC. And they're really handy if you fit sensors or dimmers and on LED lighting. I'm sure there's much smarter people on here that know the more science about it. But basically, you might get a dim glow on a light, you know, after you fitted a sensor, or after, you know, when it switches off and it's still glowing, or on a dimmer, and you fit this snubber, I call it, across line and neutral, and it dissipates or gets rid of the energy stored. Anyway, these standards come with it, which is wicked, but you can buy them from TLC, so might have to fit one of these on this one. Oh, shit. That's broken. Throwing it about the van. I might fit it on this one because it just does one light. Don't forget to connect the battery. This is a 2-wire system, so it uses the battery as its reference point to let the sensor work. I'll just swap this out and yeah, let's do it. I thought I'd show you what I mean by if you don't fit one of these in certain scenarios, you get that, which is flickering because it's LED. It's not actually flickering, but it is dim. So it's just flickering because it's LED. It's just a really dim, I'll try and take a picture and show you, it's a really dim light. The sensor's just clicked off, so you'll see when I enter, it will click on and the light will come on. There you go. So what I'm going to do is going to fit one of these snubbers across line and neutral. I don't want to do that live. So it's just fed from a fuse spur on a communal supply. So neutral. Live, or line, sorry. There you go. That's in. Lid back on. Lid back on. Lovely. Turn this back on. So now, that's bright now, and hopefully when the sensor clicks off in so many seconds, the light will go completely off. Cue the interlude music. There we go. So now it's completely off when the sensor's clicked off. And if I enter, there you go. So I'll just change the time on this and the lux, and we'll get on to this call out. All right, what time is it now? It's just gone lunchtime. Just on that switch. So I'm going to send an invoice for them now. It's all prepped up and ready to go. It's purely just that one switch. I had to come back, so it's already ready. Just got to press send. And then there's a call out to this this pub. Something to do with the air conditioning. Oh, sorry, the vent extract system. Sorry, and the emergency lighting. So have a look at that. It's only around the corner, which is nice. Try to plan my day so I haven't got to do too much running around. Now I've got to walk a bloody mile to get to this pub because in the wisdom of the Bristol City Council, blocked off half the roads, pedestrians only zones. The gas interlock is quite common in lots of pubs. Clearly something's gone faulty there, but my responsibility is just, if it's got power there, happy days, and then it's down to another contractor. As much as I'd love to get involved with it, and that's as far as I go. So next issue is that they've got no lights in the basement. They had a leak, but all of them are out. Literally all the emergency lights, all the all the lights in the basement. So I mean, to me it's like a key switch or a fuse is tripped. So I'll just try and locate it. As most of you know, if you've worked in pubs, they're like spaghetti junctions, spaghetti westerns, so I'll try and find where the key switch might be, because even the emergency's out, it just tells me that there's a fuse gone, or someone's flicked a key switch and forgotten to flick it back on. Yes, you know exactly what I mean. Cellar sockets. They're all quite big fuses as well, 20 amps, 15s, 30s. Oh, there's a couple of 5s there, spares. Lights by the time we've got lights signage. It says spare. Must be somewhere else then. I did notice a little old fuse wire. I don't know if it's being used, but a little fuse wire there. That's a really old one. I better check it's not one of those. Right. Well, it's nothing to do with that in there. I've only been here once before to this pub, so I'm not completely familiar with the electrical layout. And I've been looking around everywhere, because there's emergency lights, there's new consumer units up here, there's one there, there's a couple up there, of the door. That's the ones I was shown. And I thought, I'll tell you what, I'll look for an emergency light. There's a mains feed, and let me trace them back, and then I'll have a mains feed eventually. So I followed this emergency light, I picked one at random, and I followed it all the way around here, that white FP there, go along here, key switch, ooh, wicked, and look there, I think, brilliant. RCD, okay, on. All those fuses are on. But right at the back there, I just can't quite reach. That looks like an RCD main switch which controls that consumer unit. So, if I can just get around there, hopefully I'll be able to flick it on. I bet this will do it. Oh, let's do this first, shall we? Right. Okay. Okay, everything apart from sockets on right hand side are back on. So, let's go. Just going to see if the lights are on. Aha, emergency lights are on. That's good. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Lights are back on. So, I found out what the issue was. It wasn't the leak that they had yesterday. It is on that circuit, the sockets on right hand side. I traced it, it's that socket there, and then there's one more socket round here, into that socket there. That's the end of the radial, and then what was plugged in was a sump pump. And the moment I unplugged it, it reset itself. And then when I plug it in, bang, goes the RCD. So I'll tell El Capitano to get a new sump pump. I'll reset the RCD. Mystery solved. And now they've got lights back in their cellar, which is beautiful. Right, let's move on and get paid. Right, that job's done. Ooh. Call out done. reset an RCD. Sump pump was the issue, unplugged it, and this call out is for it's like a subby. So I'll relay it back to them and say, look, sump pump's faulty, and they'll probably get their own guys to come down and put a new sump pump in. Or it might be me. they may end up bringing me to put a new sump pump in, but power reset, lights back on. Let's get some air conditioning on. I am boiling. Right, so now I'm down to fit an element in an oven for a good client. Right, it's about 20 past 2, so I'm a little bit early. They're going to be here in about 10 minutes time. I picked up some food, as suspected, some rubbish from the garage. So I wasn't organised and didn't make lunch. No one wants to see me eat food, so I'm not going to video myself eating food because that's ridiculous. Just like how I'm not videoing myself waking up. So I'll have my lunch and then we'll see what all this oven element business is about before we crack on. Right, element changed, oven working. 9 times out of 10 it's the element. Sometimes you can get the thermostat might be busted. So it's not been a massively interesting day, but 9 times out of 10 the days aren't that interesting, and it's not been particularly busy. It's been a lot of running around across town. It was about 8:30 till 3:30, something like that. You know, what more can you say? Some days are better, some days are worse, some days are busier, some days are not so busy. I don't care, to be honest. If you enjoyed it, that's cool. If you didn't, you didn't. Let me know what you think. I guess that's what you're supposed to say. Welcome to the channel. Leave a comment below. Click like, subscribe. I gotta put some tunes on. I'm feeling it. It has got really sunny. I'm gonna turn this video off, put on some belters, and for the ride home, and I'll probably crack open a cider or a cornetto. Why, or when I can, and I'll have a cider and a cornetto. Fuck yeah! Yeah! Peace out.